All right, here we go. Got a leak in my toilet coming from the bolt and the seal that mounts the tank to the seat. So we're gonna fix that. So the first step we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the water off. Turn the water off with the valve. We're gonna disconnect the hose from the tank. This valve actually is not shutting the water off very well, so we're going to also replace this valve. So what you have to do is, normally if you were just repairing this, you don't have to turn this valve off. However, I'm replacing this valve. I need to shut the water off at the house, and I've already done that. This is a 1/2-inch PEX ring. We need to cut that off. That does have to be cut off. All right, to cut it off, I'm going to use the oscillating tool, just because I have it handy dandy. So we're going to do that real quick. I cut it off with the oscillating tool, you can see there. Then just pried it open, took it off the pipe. Did have it tied down here originally, but because of all of the metal flakes I would be kicking out, I took the towel away. I'm just wiping off getting the metal flakes out off the floor. Now take the hose off at both ends. Make sure you've drained all the water out of here or scooped as much as you can out before you take the hose off. What little is going to come out, make sure you have a towel or a bucket down. All the pressure left over in your water line is also going to come out here, so account for that. And there's the hose. We'll retain that. We'll use it later. Oh, I'm going to pull that hose out of that pipe. Can't do it one-handed. All right. There's the pipe. There's the valve out of the pipe. Now I'm going to do this just because there's already been a hose, a pipe. Yeah, just because there's been a valve crimped in there, I'm going to cut just a little bit off of this. Not a lot, but just a little bit. I'm going to use my oscillating tool to do it. There's the valve I'm using. You can pause that, read that. Got that at the local hardware store. First thing you got to do is you got to slide your 1/2-inch PEX ring on there. And take your new valve and push it in. Oh, I'm going to take 2 hands. Hold on. All right, got my crimp tool ready. We'll crimp it on. I don't know if I can show you that while I'm doing it, but I'll try. Oh, nope, that ain't going to do it. Oh, not a lot of room in here. Seems to always be the case. Not enough room. All right, we're going to wait till the bowl's off, till the bowl ain't in the way, and then we'll do that. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the nuts loose here. This is a 1/2-inch nut. They're already loose, so you use a 1/2-inch wrench. I should say it's a 1/2-inch wrench to get these loose. And then we're going to take since we're going to be replacing everything in the bowl, we're going to take everything out. So we'll do that. We'll take these bolts loose, these nuts off these bolts, and then we'll take the bowl loose, and then we'll go do everything where we can see it. All right. And if this is your first time, there's a bolt here and a bolt here. Just for people that's never done this before. All right, we took the 2 nuts off, got the washers, kept the washers, and we'll pull the bowl off. Oh, it's probably not going to come off. One hand. There we go. 2 hands. Let's pick the bowl up. I'm going to set it down right on the floor. All right, pick the bowl up. Leaned it against the wall there. We're going to replace the seal that goes here, and then the bolts and seals as well there, or the gaskets. So we're gonna clean this up first. While the bowl is off, and we've got room, we'll use our picks tool to crimp the ring down. So there we go, got it around the ring, and you just squeeze it together. As such. Right. And just release it. And now your hose is crimped down over your little nipples that are on the nipple tube portion of your valve. So now, quarter turn, that's off. In line with the opening is on. Now we could turn the water back on to the house, but we're not going to. All right, these bolts in here, no, I don't have a new handle, so I don't want to tear my handle up. I need to get a new handle. But these bolts that hold these tanks on, I've never had one that did not, but they rust, and this one has rusted completely away. So you should probably schedule this. That's something you should do, I don't know, 3-4 years, every 3-4 years, just schedule it. As a homeowner, you got to take care of your house, so replace all this. So there's a nut underneath the bowl that holds this on. We're going to take it out, take it off, and take this out. Oh, look at it, had it filming the whole time. All right, once you got the nut off the bottom of it, this will come out, and your float will come with it. These days floats are on the tower here, so this is a little older one, but this allows water in, and it fills up your toilet, fills up your tank. Pull all that loose. Discard it, you're not going to need it if you replace it like I'm about to do. And then we're going to take this off. So the seal that seals the tank onto your bowl or seat, whatever you want to call it, that should just pop off. And then another set of channel locks, that's what I'm going to have to use. Get this nut off just like we did the other one, just like we did this one. Take this nut off, and then you'll be able to take the emptier part out, and then we'll clean out the tank. All right, pull the nut off. Trying to keep my mess located in one spot. And then this will come off. I got to pull this loose from this arm. This is what opens the flapper valve. So, all right, I cleaned up the tank a little bit. And this is the flush tube, fill tube. I don't know what you call this thing. I'm not a plumber. I'm an electrical guy. I think I've said that before. But anyway, there's a hole in here that the handle can be passed through. This pipe needs to be below that hole by about 1 inch. So, depending on the size of your tank, depending on whether or not you have to cut this and how much you cut it. So, you could always put a measuring tape here, go down on the other side, same distance, and then just cut it there. But I'm eyeballing it. I'm a professional eyeballer. So, I'm going to say about right there at the bottom of my thumb. Good deal. Going to use my oscillating tool with this wore out blade, cut that through again. It's kind of jagged, but I don't care. All right, so we're going to put this in. And remember when you put this in, to not block your mounting bolts. So if you have it like this and you screw it down tight, well, you're just going to have to undo it and move it because you can't put your bowl on. Can't put your bowl on your seat. You can't put your bowl on your seat. So anyway, there we go. Rotate it away from it when you mount it down. So it comes with a seal and a nut. Take those off. Those go on the bottom of the tank. So put this in, put the nut and the seal on the bottom of it. Or actually just the nut will hold the seal until later. All right, got that mounted. Clear the mounting hole. This is only holding up water. The water isn't under pressure. So when you tighten that thing down there, don't strip it or anything stupid. Just get it nice and tight. This is what I had for this. It comes with everything you need. Shown here. Of course, I've already used this on another toilet, so I bought a replacement. Again, Fluid Master, easy to install, yay. Got it at my local hardware store. All right, here's what it looks like. And I forgot to do it before I installed it, but this is the height on this thing is adjustable. You can twist it. And I doggone forgot all about it. So anyway, there you go. I got plenty of water to flush though, because you can see it's right where the old one used to be pretty much, so no big deal. Adjust this before you install it if you want higher water level. And then you can fine tune your water level with this. That's where the water's going to go into here. So we want to kind of angle it over that way. Put this in. Put the nut on the bottom. All right, there we go. Put the nut on it. Still oriented where we want it. So now, this thing holds the pipe. Yay. Maybe I can get it clipped in. Let me show you what I'm trying to do. See that gap? I'm trying to get that gap in between there. One-handed while I'm videoing, so I'll flex it out. So what's going to happen is the hose is going to go from here to here, and this is going to squirt down in there, so it's going to fill it up when you flush it. This is the hose right here, hose that came with the kit. So I'm pushing the hose onto the nipple tube there. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm gonna hold the tower that way I don't push it so much. But when you put that on, put it all the way on. All right. Now I'm not going to cut any of this. I'm going to see how long it's going to be if I put it here. It's going to be a little too high. So I could cut it about right there. That way it's not above the level of the tank. So we're going to cut that right there. All right, there, got that on. And this is how you adjust how high the float goes. Let me kind of show you that real quick. Water lifts the float up. Float shuts the valve when it gets all the way up. So then you just turn this to adjust that. So the lower it is, the lower the water level in the tank. So the lower you have this on this rod here, the lower, if you have it closer to the end, you get less water in your tank. If you have it up here, you get more water in your tank. And then you adjust it so that the water level does not go over this. Good deal. All right, now we're going to mount the tank to the seat. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the seal over this one-handed while we're holding the phone, making a crazy video that my wife rolls her eyes about when I do them. So there. Seal on. All right, good deal. I want to show you this real quick. Here's our mounting bolts. So this is what you do. All right. got 2 bolts. Some tanks bolt onto their seats with 3 bolts. We only have 2, so we got 2 extra rubber washers. We also have a thin nut and a big nut, a thicker nut, I should say. The thin nut goes on the bottom of the tank. The thicker nut goes on the bottom of the seat. So this is what we do. We put a rubber washer on a bolt. Right, you put a rubber washer on your bolt. Then you put your bolt through the hole on the other side of the tank from the inside out. So there, put the bolts in there. They're sticking out here. So then you take a flat washer. I'm doing this one-handed. And then the thinner of the 2 nuts goes here. Then you run that nut all the way up to the washer, tighten it down, get it snug. Now once it's snug, it'll be compressing that rubber gasket just a little bit there, just like it is there. But it shouldn't squeeze it all the way through. You don't want to do that. Don't over tighten it. Next, we'll put the bowl on the seat, or the tank on the seat. I forgot something. I'm going to help myself out. Before I put that tank on, I'm going to put that hose back on. At least get it started. It's not going to be all the way tight, so that I can twist it, position it in the position I need for my valve. Then I'm going to put this on. That way I don't have to try to look and start that. All right, now let's put this tank on the seat. Now that the tank's on, you're going to take a rubber washer, a thin washer, and the thicker nut, and you're going to put them on that nut bolt. Run those up, do it on the other side as well. All right, just like you did with the thin nut, use that 1/2 wrench, snug it up. So that's what we're doing, snugging it up. All right, once these are tight, that bowl will sit down on those 2 lips there, so don't over tighten it. You break your bowl. All right, now we're going to hook up the hose on both ends. All right, got the hose tight. Last thing I want to do is hook up my pull chain. Ooh. So that when I press my handle, I pull up my flapper valve. So we're going to do that. All right, so I'm going to try to show you this. I got to use 2 hands, so I got the video in a crazy place. So I'm going to clip this on to here. Get my chain without any tension on my flapper. I'm gonna make a note of about what length is at the bottom of this clip. So there we go. I got it marked with my fingers. And once I've got it marked, I'm going to take the clip back off, and I'm going to hook the clip onto this link and then hook it back onto the arm. Can't see that, but I'm feeding it where I had it to the clip. Now the chain is on my clip. And I'm hooking it back on. So now that it's on, my flapper is not raised at all. You can see everything's upside down. You can see the droop in my cable, so that when I push this, it lifts it up. There we go, we're ready to flush. Now I need some water in there, so I gotta go outside and turn the water on. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Water's on in the house. No water's coming here. That's good. That means my valve is working. Now, turn the water on. Let's see if the tank is filling. Now what I want to do is adjust this so that the water does not flow into my pipe. It stops before it reaches the top of the pipe. So we gotta let the tank fill. This is FYI, this is 17 years old. And you can see it's hard to paint behind. As the water gets to the float, it starts raising the float. The float stopped. The pipe is a lot taller than it needs to be. So now we've got water to flush the toilet bowl with. Alright, job well done. That's the way I did it. Like and subscribe. Man, this job is really crappy.